Hey everyone, welcome to Masonzero MTG. This video is going to be a little bit different than my normal content because it's going to be a magic game. And not just a magic game, it's going to be fully edited, not quite, game nights level, but that sort of style in terms of card images floating up and all that stuff. It was a huge project. In fact, here's the timeline. It was big, but it was a lot of fun to work on. Basically, the premise here of this video is me and my good friend Chase. We decided to randomly assign each other a mystery commander and of our choosing, and we'd have a $100 budget to create a deck around it, and then we would face off against each other. So this video is going to contain the reveal, it's going to contain the deck building, and then 2 games. And there's going to be timestamps down below, so if you want to skip straight to the games, that's fine. You can do that. You can just use the timestamps and the little timeline thing. There's 2 games. First one is going to be a 3-player game featuring my wife Sophie and one of her decks, which was just an upgraded precon. Then the second game is just a 1v1 between me and Chase with our 2 decks. So you get a little bit of everything. Anyways, I very much hope that you enjoy this video. Let me know by commenting down below and leaving a like and subscribing if you haven't already, because this involved a lot of work, but I'd be happy to do it again if you guys enjoyed it and want to see more. Anyways, enjoy the video. Okay, Chase, I have a commander for you. A commander that you must build around. You can look at EDH Rec, Scryfall, whatever you want to, but it's a commander, and I picked one that I, 1, think you don't know about, 2, I think is fun and interesting, and 3 is a theme that I think you personally would enjoy.
You put way onto this.
What was that?
You put way too much thought into this. Continue.
I didn't put much thought into it, I just happened to find a card that fit the criteria. So your commander is Monoxa Midway Manager.
Monoxa from Unfinity. You know me too well. Rolling dice.
Yep, and the best part about this is you can put all your D&D D20 cards in here, and it'll be very easy to roll a 6 or higher.
Yeah, there's not a lot of support for like a black dice rolling commander.
Yeah.
And now we've got Vampire Employee, and you'll get to
look at cards from Unfinity, because there's a few Commander legal cards in black and in red that roll dice.
Yeah, there certainly are.
So hopefully this will be fun. It does the thing you like to do, but we'll introduce you probably to a lot of cards you haven't seen before.
Indeed, yeah, I haven't seen almost any of Unfinity.
Yeah, I looked at it maybe once.
I like it.
So Rakdos aggro or something, I guess.
Rakdos dice rolling
combat.
Yeah, interesting. I'm a big fan of Strixhaven in general. And I've only seen one of these in the wild ever. I feel like there's a lot of different ways you can build it. Some of them are kind of cheesy, some of them are kind of cool. The one I have for you is Codie, Floriferous, Vociferous Codex.
Interesting.
Yeah, so good luck. You can put them onto the battlefield, but you can't cast any permanents with Codie out on the battlefield.
Jeez, so 3 mana, 1/4. You can't cast permanent spells. 4 and tap. Add Wooburg when you cast your next spell this turn. Exile cards in the top of your library until you exile an instant or sorcery with lesser mana value. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Okay, fascinating. I think I have a copy of this as well. If not, whatever, but pretty sure I do. But yeah, that is interesting. You're making me do 5 color and have a $100 under budget. You bastard.
Oh no, I don't think we set a budget for these ones, did we?
Oh, I thought that's what it was.
I mean, we can.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. I mean, I don't think it'll be hard.
That's a good idea, yeah. Yeah, I've seen some weird stuff with Codie. I think somebody built it in a way where when you activate his ability, you were guaranteed. I think he might have built it with only permanent spells, except for one really scary sorcery or instant.
Gotcha.
In order to kind of cheese it, but yeah.
Interesting.
Curious to see what you come up with.
I am too. I have no thoughts about it right now.
It's definitely going to be a weird one, but
yeah.
I've played against competitive Codie decks, so I feel like you can probably do it.
All right, $100 Codie. Let's go.
$100 Codie.
All right, so Chase has assigned me Codie Vociferous Codex, which is a card I've never played with before in Commander or otherwise. And the first step is to see if I even have one. So we're gonna go into the bulk rare bin and see if we can find one. All right, I've got the Strixhaven stack here. Hey, there we go. We've got a Codie. The way I see it, there's sort of 3 major downsides that my deck will have to address in order to make this card more usable. The first one is the first line. You can't cast permanent spells. I could make it all instants and sorceries, but I think that would be pretty limiting. The one thing I can think of is to have cards that exile Codie until end of turn. And I think the card I have in mind for that is Mistmeadow Witch. That should get the job done. The other problem is, of course, that of speed. He has a tap ability, so the turn that you play Codie, you won't be able to use him. I think I'm going to use a relatively new card, a Planeswalker, which is Tyvar, Jubilant Brawler, a 3-mana black and green Planeswalker, and his passive is really the only one I care about. You may activate abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures had haste. And if this guy's out, that's going to mean that we can activate Codie right away. So that solves that problem. I think the classic like Talrand Sky Summoner is going to be really good, because I think tokens that generate from instants and sorceries are going to be one of the only ways we can really get any good creatures out. All right, so we've got the Talrand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, make a 2/2 flyer. The only problem is every single card I just grabbed is a permanent, and Codie says you can't play permanent spells. So we're gonna have to load this deck up with instants and sorceries of a variety of mana costs so they can cascade into each other. I kind of have a stack here of like commonly played cards, and I think I'm gonna grab a few key instant sorceries out of this. One thing I do want to do, I want to be budget for the land base since we only have $100 to work with, and I think I'm gonna grab one of each of the common dual lands from Dominaria United that have the basic land types. So this Farseek is going to be really helpful, and a couple other cards like that. So we're going to do a Nature's Lore, gets a forest. Crop Rotation gets any land. Swords to Plowshares just makes sense. Treasure Cruise, that's great. That'll be a good target. We'll pull out a Mortify and a Putrefy, just some solid removal spells that maybe we'll keep, maybe we won't. Okay, that's a pretty good start. And I think we just have to pack the rest with instants and sorceries, which I might have to do a little more digging to find ones. I think I'm gonna try to find a few like dragon fodder that make tokens. I think that's gonna be good to have. And then just try to get a variety of mana costs. So I'm gonna leave you with that starting point, and then we'll see where the deck ends up once I'm all done. But I think this is a solid start. We've got the basis, the skeleton of the deck that it needs to work, and now we can actually build the fun part, which is definitely going to take a little bit more time. So I built the first draft of the deck and did some testing, which resulted in a few changes to the deck list. One thing I learned is that Codie is super cool. I didn't expect his ability to be that interesting or go off that often, but when you have powerful cards, then it's kind of cool to see what happens when you randomly get given a spell. I ended up making the deck primarily token themed so that we could actually win. I figured it'd be hard to win without creatures and within a budget of $100, so I opted to generate a ton of tokens with cheap instants and sorceries, most of which were commons and uncommons. Here's a couple more key permanents I added. Dreadfeast Demon ended up being my win condition, letting us sacrifice our tokens to make big demons. Wart the Raid Mother makes tokens and lets us tap our creatures to copy spells, which is awesome. On Hello the Painter has a similar effect, except with sacrificing tokens to copy spells. Cryptolith Rite is the single most expensive card in the deck at around $15, and it's worth every penny. It turns all of the tokens we're making into mana dorks. This lets us cast some of the larger spells in the deck a bit easier, or just cast a ton of spells in a turn. I packed in a ton of instants and sorceries for ramp, removal, and protection here, including some that synergize with tokens. Then there's spells that just make tokens, like Chatterstorm, SRAM's Expertise, and Revel of the Fallen God, just to name a few. Rushed Rebirth and Eldritch Evolution are some alternate sneaky ways to get creatures into play. And then one of our other win conditions, which is kinda silly, and this is Glimpse of Tomorrow. It costs 0 mana and has Suspend, so if we cast a 1-drop spell with Codie's ability, we're guaranteed to cast it because it's the only 0 mana spell in the deck. Then we shuffle all of our permanents in and reveal that many cards, and put all permanents from among them onto the battlefield. The thing that makes this strong is that we will likely have a lot of tokens. This means that we're potentially getting more permanents from our deck than we actually shuffled in. Exactly half of the deck is permanent, so it's not unreasonable that in a wide board stall, we can get out a ton of our permanents and be set up for a crazy next turn. Or even if it's the same turn, all the lands that would come in untapped. We get to pretty much just untap all of our lands and have a new set of permanents. It's crazy. But then again, you could also whiff completely. It's a silly card and it's mostly there for fun, but it could turn the tide of the game in my favor. Overall, I was pretty satisfied that I could build a cool version of this deck with only cards I had lying around, and that I didn't base it off of a list that I saw online. But I think the fact that I didn't have to buy any cards for this also means I have way too many cards, and I have way too much knowledge of what cards I actually own and where I stored them. Oh boy.
I'm a big fan of the novelty of dice rolling in Magic the Gathering, so much so that I've built a few decks around it in the past, but never in this combination of colors. As I began to pull in cards that I knew, the deck slowly became a treasure deck without nearly enough dice rolling enablers to make use of Monoxa's triggered ability, so I had to rethink my entire strategy. Which brings us to the new plan. Rakdos Dice Rolling Voltron. Monoxa's triggered ability, gaining First Strike, Menace, or even Lifelink, screams two things. The larger the dice, the more consistently protected she will be on attack, and the bigger she is, the less likely she'll die in combat and have to be recast. So now that we know what's in the deck, what's the game plan? It's actually quite simple. Ramp as much as possible in the early game. If we can do so while also getting permanents, which roll d20s into play, even better. Once we have the mana and or card advantage that we need, we cast Monoxa and load her up with as many keywords as we can. That will guarantee that she can still be a deadly threat even when we didn't manage to roll any dice that turn. And if we did manage it, she'll be that much harder to block and or kill. If you manage to get Will or Delina into play as well, your opponents better hope that you roll poorly, or they'll be lucky if they get the chance to speak to the manager. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It's certainly not the most powerful deck, and it's certainly held back by a reliance on cards that let you roll dice. But with the right draws and a bit of strategy, it should be easy enough to stay under the radar long enough to make some explosive and deadly plays. Let's start with ramping in Rakdos. This is not going to be the most efficient ramping you've ever seen in these colors. I've included boring ramp cards like Burnished Heart, Ornithopter of Paradise, Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Rakdos Signet, Wayfarer's Bauble, Arcane Signet, and Soul Ring. For Monoxa enabling ramp, we have some unique cards. Bucknard's Everfull Purse creates treasures for everyone at the table, while Ebony Fly can grant flying to our commander. While rolling a d4 for both of these cards won't do much for Monoxa most of the time, it does enable other creatures like Will, Blade of Frontiers. Component Pouch isn't guaranteed to ramp us every turn, but it does guarantee us a d20 roll every turn if needed. As the game progresses, we're going to need to keep our hand full if we don't want to run out of gas. Unfortunately, our colors and our need for dice rolling enablers limit what we have available to us, and most of what we have is limited to Impulse Draw. In order to include Impulse Draw while also rolling dice, I've included Priority Boarding and Chaos Channeler, while Professional Facebreaker and Florian, Voldarin Scion, grant us impulse draw tied to treasures and combat damage respectively. The more dice we can roll, the better off our killer creatures like Will, Blade of Frontiers, and our commander Monoxa will be. So let's find some spicy dice rolling cards. Dance Macabre, Mirkul's Edict, Attempted Murder, Faraday's Fireball, and Six-Sided Die, oh my god, I just got that pun, act as both removal and dice rollers. I included a few creatures with dice rolling, attack, or enter the battlefield triggers. Where this deck really shines is when Monoxa is stacked up with equipment and enchantments, which make her even more formidable. Gilded Pinions grants flying, while also giving us a treasure token back on ETB. Goblin Morningstar grants trample, creates a goblin token, and rolls us a d20. Basilisk Collar, Reaper's Talisman, and Vorpal Sword grant Death Touch, enable a bit of life gain, and in the case of Vorpal Sword, grants us an alternative means of killing our opponents. We can get haste from Swiftfoot Boots and Sword of Vengeance, which also grant hexproof and vigilance respectively. Trailblazer's Boots and Rogue's Passage make our commander unblockable in nearly all circumstances. Finally, Delina, Wild Mage, and Maddening Hex round out our dice rolling repertoire. Maddening Hex is a cheap way to punish that player who is likely not to cast creature spells while also buffing Monoxa on other players' turns, while Delina has a chance to create an army of temporary attackers out of thin air. Having Will and or Barbarian class in play when Delina attacks can be truly devastating if you roll well enough.
All right, everybody, welcome to the game. We have myself, Mason. We have Chase. And we have my wife, Sophie, friend of the channel. And she's going to be our balance here so that we're not just doing a 1v1 that might be heavily skewed in one person's favor. And she was not part of this challenge, so her deck is not part of this, but she's playing an upgraded precon, so probably also about $100. And yeah, we're gonna get started. Let's do it. So yeah, high roll.
Well, that was a great intro, but I now lost the game thanks to you.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate that.
6.
5.
All right, I'll go first.
I don't have to go last. I love it.
And we have shuffled.
Do I take a 6-land hand?
Chase, you put all my non-lands on top.
I told you I did that.
I didn't have any.
If you're going to mulligan, I'm going to mulligan.
I had 0 lands.
I had a Basilisk Collar and 6 lands.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I mean, Basilisk Collar's great,
Yeah.
but it's it doesn't really enable Monoxa all that much.
Right. Mine's still not great, but I might just stick with it. Yeah, I'll stick with it. That's
Cool.
fine. And I'm going first, and I get to draw because it's multiplayer. Nice. Do I want to? Oh god.
Am I still in frame?
I'll play a tap prairie stream. Go ahead.
I'll draw. I will play a Maestro's Theater. Enters the battlefield. I sacrifice it. I go get a swamp, and I gain a life. Swamp comes in tapped. Pass the turn.
Awesome. And then I will draw. I will play a forest, and then I will immediately play Hardened Scales.
Good opening.
Nice. I'll play Command Tower. And that's it. That's the turn.
I will untap, upkeep, draw. I will play an Akum Refuge tapped, and I'll gain a life.
Damn, he's winning.
And I will tap a swamp for Strength Testing Hammer.
Nice.
It has equip 3, and whenever the equipped creature attacks, roll a 6-sided die. That creature gets +X/+O until end of turn, where X is the result. Then, if it has the greatest power, or is tied for the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield, draw a card.
Wow.
P the T.
Okay. Untap, draw. I'll play a Grasslands tapped. And go ahead.
play a mountain. And then I think we'll just get Codie out. So Codie says, you can't cast permanent spells, and then pay 4, tap, add Wooburg. When you cast your next spell this turn, exile cards in the top of your library into exile an instant or sorcery with lesser mana value. And then I can cast that card until the end of turn without paying its mana cost. It doesn't get cast instantly. It's because it's just until end of turn. So if it's a sorcery, I don't get to cast it in that moment. It just kind of sticks around. So, all right, go ahead.
I will untap. Upkeep, draw. All right. I will play a mountain. And then I will tap 2 and a red for a professional facebreaker. Menace 2/3. When it deals, when one or more creatures I control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token, and I can sack a treasure token to exile a top card in my library, and I can play that card this turn. Pass.
All right. I'll play a Mosswort Bridge, tapped. All right, Hideaway 4, and I can cast it if my creature's total power 10 or greater. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hide away this. And the rest on the bottom in a random order. Because that will be important in 1 second. When I tap and sacrifice my grasslands for a forest or a plains onto the battlefield.
There it is.
I think that is the one I want.
Yeah.
I don't think I want a mountain forest.
Yeah, that would be the only one there is because there's no.
Yeah.
They only have the one cycle of them.
Yeah. Unless I control 2 or more basic lands. I actually do not control 2 or more basic lands. So even though that says it doesn't come in tapped, it does come in tapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
That will be all.
Okay.
Slow rolling turns.
Play another mountain. And then we're just going to go ahead, tap 4 mana, tap Codie, adding Wooburg. And then the spell that I cast, I'm going to use everything but the blue to cast Throes of Chaos, which is 4 mana, has Cascade and Retrace. Retrace is I can cast the card from my graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to paying its other costs. But Cascade is when I cast a spell, I exile stuff till I get something lesser. But before that, Codie's ability goes in the stack. So I am going to reveal cards until I reveal an instant or sorcery with 3 or less mana. Yep. Alright, it's Crackling Doom.
Ooh.
So I can cast Crackling Doom till end of turn. And the rest go in a random order.
What does that one do? 2 damage?
So yeah, it deals 2 damage to each opponent, then each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. A little early for this to come out.
Yes.
You probably just shouldn't cast it.
Yeah, I agree. So that's going to stick around. Then Throes of Chaos is going to resolve, and I'm going to Cascade. So once again, anything 3 or less. But if it's a creature, then I don't get to cast it. So all right, it's Shore Up, which is not that great.
Nice.
So I'm going to cast it, and target creature you control gets +1/+1 against hexproof until end of turn. Untap it. Hey.
There we go.
Yeah.
But then, since you cast it, does Codie trigger again?
No, it's only the next spell I cast.
Oh, the next spell.
Yeah.
Got it.
So just one time. Put the Excel cards in the bottom in a random order. Okay. So random. And then, yeah, I'm going to cast Crackling Doom, dealing 2 damage to each opponent, and each sacrifice a creature.
You dick.
I know, sorry.
Oh, good thing I was slow rolling this game.
I know. No kidding. And then I will attack Chase for 1 commander damage.
I will take 1.
Nice. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. I will untap. Upkeep and draw. Well, that kind of sucks. I will tap 3 for priority boarding. Whenever I roll a die, I may reveal the top card of my library. Do this only once each turn. Whenever you reveal a card with mana value less than the result, this way, you may exile it. If you do, you may play it this turn.
Yes.
Pass the turn. No land drop, unfortunately.
Oof. It's just like that game we played on online. You got stuck on 3.
Yeah, except I added more ramp and more lands since then.
I'll play Forest.
Typical.
I'll pass the turn.
All right. Slow start. All right. I'm going to play a Sacred Peaks as my land for the turn. Enters tapped. And then I'm going to pay 4, activate Codie, add Wooburg, and then using everything but the blue once again, and discarding a Plains card, I'm going to retrace Throes of Chaos.
There you go.
I don't have anything else good to do, and
And
it's
then
not
exiles?
flashback. It is not flashback, so it stays.
Oh,
Oh, you can just keep doing
Yep,
it?
I can just keep doing it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that legally distinct from retrace.
From Flash.
Or from
Nice.
flashback, yeah.
Okay.
So that's on the stack. Triggers Codie. Right, this is Codie's trigger, so that's fine. So we're looking for less than 4. Nature's Lore. I can search
Cool.
library for a forest and put it on the battlefield. Alright, and then we're gonna get the Throes of Chaos.
Cascade.
Cascade. Lands. Putrefy. Destroy target artifact or creature. It can't be regenerated. Well, I only have 1 target.
Yep.
You know what?
No, do it.
No,
No, fucking do it.
there's no reason to. You don't have a creature.
No, it's a really good card. You should honestly kill it.
Fine. I destroy it.
You dick. Why would you do that?
Knew you were gonna do that. Alright. Yeah, that's the problem. This deck has a lot of removal, but I'm gonna cast this. But it kind of sucks when there's not a lot of targets. I'm just going to
I was going to say, didn't you reveal one?
Yeah, I was like, I can grab either of these. I'm gonna grab that one, put it onto.
I thought it was funny
That
that
was
you,
good.
had
I
a
know.
Nature's Lore and then you top deck
I
2
know.
forest.
Alright,
duels.
pass turn.
I will untap, upkeep, and draw land.
One can hope.
It's not a land.
That's not what land looks like.
Who built this deck?
Wasn't me.
Wait, how many cards do I have in my hand? 6? I'll pass.
Okay. we're having a time here.
I mean, he's not doing a lot, but we're doing nothing.
Yes.
I've got a lot of removal and not a lot of token makers. So
I got a
Hey!
nice. Commander time. Not very good with no creatures on the board, I guess.
You know, I'm gonna pay 5 for uncivil unrest.
All right.
Non-token creatures you control have riots. And if a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead.
That's an enchantment?
That is an enchantment.
Cool.
Gross.
That's my turn. Go ahead.
All right.
On your end step,
Oh.
black, red, bedevil, Codie.
Fair enough.
Continue.
Honestly, same. This is in my hand for just such a scenario. I'm going to exile Simian Spirit Guide from my hand to add a red mana. And then tap 6, 2 of which is green and 1 more of which is red at least, to cast Revel of the Fallen God, where I make 4 2/2 red and green satyr tokens with haste.
Oh my.
Cool.
Which I don't think I grabbed. Yeah, not sure if I have any or not. I probably do, but I didn't grab them. So we got,
Satyrs are pretty rare.
Is that 4 2/2s for 7 mana?
yeah,
I guess that's okay.
across 2 colors. Yeah, it's fine. It'd be better if I had some payoffs, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And they have haste, so I'm going to send 2 of them to each of you.
Okay.
No
that's
4 damage to each of you, yes. Correct. Alright, go ahead. I'm gonna...
Untap, upkeep, draw. It's not a land.
Oof.
Oh.
What sucks is I've got stuff to ramp in my hand, but I need more mana to do it.
Oh no.
I will tap 2 for a Sword of Hours. Whenever equipped creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, roll a d12. If the result is greater than the damage dealt, or the result is 12, double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature.
Nice.
Equip 2. Pass.
All right. Untap, draw. Wait.
Maybe I should have taken that 6th land hand.
Right, yeah. Apparently.
Are we ready, kids?
To rumble?
Aye, aye, Captain.
For 5, I will play Juniper Order Ranger.
Nice.
So,
Things happen.
things happen. Whenever a non-token creatures you control have riots, so when they enter the battlefield, I can choose a counter or haste. I will choose a counter. And then if one or more counters will be put on a creature, that many +1 are put on instead. So I will put 2 counters onto Juniper Order Ranger.
Cool. That's gonna get gross real fast.
What does it do?
Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature and Juniper Order Ranger.
Good to know.
Notably did not choose haste.
I
So,
know. Yeah.
go ahead.
Alright. That's gonna get spooky real quick. Alright. Land for turn. Sunpetal Grove. And then we're gonna cast Dragon Fodder to make 2 gobos. Juniper Order is a 4/6 now?
It's a 4/6.
Jeez. Alright. 2 satyrs at each of you.
I will declare no blocks.
I'll block 1.
Cool. Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep. Okay.
Okay.
I will tap 3 for a Rakdos Cluestone.
Hey, it's something.
Gets me to 4 mana.
Yay.
Pass.
Next turn's gonna be great. Just
Yeah,
you wait.
you wait.
Probably 2 turns away from getting my commander out. I mean, I could get her out next turn.
Yeah, yeah. But at what cost?
4 mana.
Let's do a green, a white, a red, another green for my commander, Bright Palm Soul Awakener. It has backup 1. When this creature enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. If that's another creature, it gains the following ability until end of turn. So,
Yes.
I will put it on Juniper Order Ranger. So I will back up 1, and I'll put a counter on it. When I put a counter on it, I put that many +1, so I'll put 2 counters on it. And whenever this creature attacks, double the number of counters on that creature.
Oh no.
That creature can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. And then, when it enters the battlefield, non-token creatures you control have riot. So I will put a counter on this, and I will put 2 counters on this.
Which will trigger Juniper Order Ranger.
And then, whenever the creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a counter on that creature and on Juniper Order Ranger, which
So
will
2 more on
then
each.
2 more each for them.
Sheesh.
So this will
I'm
go
in
up to 6.
danger.
Nice.
Okay, and now I will move to combat, where I will attack Mason with Juniper Order Ranger.
Okay.
And whenever this creature attacks, double the number of counters on it,
So it's gonna be 6, but then 7.
and then +1.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No trample though, right?
It can't be blocked
It can't be blocked.
Can't be blocked.
With
That's
power
right.
2 or less.
by your creatures currently.
I destroy it.
Ooh.
Counterspell.
Yeah.
Oh my
Too close to the
god.
sun. Yeah, I thought this deck was full of counters.
What was that, a 15? That can't be blocked by tiny things?
That was huge.
And if it would deal, if a creature with +1/+1
Oh,
counters
it
would
would deal
damage,
double.
Oh, I'm so glad I kept up the removal.
I was like, I was waiting for that.
Oh my god. Yeah, the fact that I couldn't jump block it, holy shit.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that is it.
Public enemy number one over here.
I know.
Playing Naya.
I love Juniper Rangers so much. It's such a good card.
I'm so glad it's good.
4 mana. We're going to cast Talrand Sky Summoner. Whenever I cast an instant or sorcery, I create a 2/2 Drake token with flying. Which will be good, and thanks to you, Cody's not on the battlefield.
Yep.
Alright. Combat. Chase, you are getting 1 satyr. Sophie, you're getting 2 satyrs and 2 goblins.
I have no blocks.
I will block. I guess a satyr is the biggest.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And then take 4. And Chase take 2. Alright. That is my turn. Go ahead.
I will untap, upkeep, draw. I will tap 4 mana. And I will cast Solemn Simulacrum.
Nice.
I will go get... I'll go get a basic swamp. And it'll enter my battlefield tapped. And I will pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. Dip. That's fine. Okay, I'll play a Fortified Village. Tapped. Can't reveal anything from my hand. I think I have to do this. Okay, I'll pay 2 for Strionic Resonator. Which I can pay to tap it to copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. And then I will pay 3 for Commander Sphere.
Cool.
And then I will move to combat. I will attack Mason.
Yep. Should have left up mana to double your trigger.
Whenever this creature attacks, double the number of counters on it. +1.
Alright, I can't block. How much is that?
Whenever your creature you control with a +1 counter deal double that damage instead. It is 4 plus...
13. It's 13.
It's 13.
Oh, so I'm just dead.
Doubled?
Oh,
So I lose.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh, it's my commander.
Holy shit.
That's right.
GG. Wow. Holy shit.
Fuck.
Holy fuck. What the hell? Oh my god.
I'm still in danger.
Now that precon's good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
If that's your... Okay.
Did everything you've played so far come in the deck?
2 or less.
Obviously the commander. This came in it?
This did not.
Yeah.
Everything else though,
I
yeah.
think this one did, yeah. I think...
Everything has a set symbol except for Hardened Scales. That was
Yeah.
added. But yeah, everything
The set
else
symbol, yeah.
came with it.
Yeah, the commander server is very clutch there.
Holy shit.
Anything else in your turn?
No, that's true.
I can't block it.
So I need a creature with 3 power to not to chump?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Good to
Or
know.
a removal spell if you got one of those. Although you can just give it haste. Next turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play Smoldering Marsh, untapped, because I have control 2 or more basic lands. How big is it right now?
13, we said?
Okay.
7, 8, 9. +4 is 13, yes.
I didn't take any damage and then just
Just out of nowhere,
seriously.
9.
Wow.
Okay. Well, let's give this a shot. I'll tap 5, 6 mana. Thank goodness I drew a land this turn. I was untapped. I will cast Earth Cult Elemental. When it enters the battlefield, I roll a d20. On 1 through 9, we both sack a creature. Anything above, you sack 1 creature or 2. But won't really matter because
Either way, I'm
either way,
sacking.
you're sacking your big fat commander.
Yes.
I sack nothing, which kind of sucks because I want Solemn Simulacrum to die.
Right.
With a 19. Strong play. And I will then go to combat. Oh, sorry. Trigger. Priority boarding. I may reveal the top card of my library. Whenever I reveal a card with mana value less than 19, I may exile it. If I do, I may play it.
You don't have to exile since you don't have the mana.
I
Do you
may.
want to exile it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will reveal a Basilisk Collar.
Oh.
Nice.
I may exile it this turn, but I will just keep it back there. And that's my turn.
There's no way I win this turn. That's for sure. And I can't 4, 5, 6. I can't play my commander again. So I guess I'll do that.
You give him haste too.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can attack into my 6/6.
But then won't have any counters on him, so. Oh no, you back up
I
himself.
can back up
That's
myself,
right.
yeah. So I'm going
Oh,
to.
but then and I'll have 2 instances of that. Oh god.
I'm going to back up itself.
Oh no, it's only if it's another creature.
It's only another creature.
That's right.
Yes. Okay. So I will choose to back up itself, so it'll get 2 counters because of hardened scales. And then I will choose to give it haste. Okay. Then I guess I go to combat. That is a 6. But I double counter, so it's an attack.
Yeah, you'd be still alive.
Yeah.
You're gonna be huge.
Okay, so I will attack. I'll move to combat. I'll attack. When it attacks, I can double the counters on it, +1. So that's 5 counters.
That's
Okay.
9.
For blocks, Earthcut Elemental will block, since it's the only one that can. And I believe if we go to damage, Earthcult dies.
That's the gist I get, yeah.
Cool.
That's my turn. Go ahead.
All right. I will untap. Upkeep. Draw. Wow, what I just drew could have been anything.
I think I know exactly what you drew.
Yeah. I'm gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, and cast Monoxa, Midway Manager. I have 2 mana left, which is almost exactly 1 less. In fact, exactly 1 less than I need to both cast and equip
Yes.
Basilisk Collar.
Yes.
So I will cast Basilisk Collar just to have it.
Yeah, for fun.
Yeah, I think I'll just pass.
Alrighty. Untap. And draw. I will.
Take pity on me?
Right.
4, 5. Okay, I will play Constable of the Realm. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters is put on Constable of the Realm, exile up to 1 other target non-land permanent until it leaves the battlefield.
Sheesh!
I think this might be GG.
Attack into me, but yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I
so
think-
when you back up,
Yeah, when
When-
this is gonna give a counter on that,
Yes,
exile
it is.
that's gonna attack back. It's gonna make it a 14 that deals double damage and can't be blocked.
yep.
Wow.
GG's.
Wow.
What the heck?
What's that deck?
It's only hardened scales that was
Yeah.
not part of
Pre-con
the
my
pre-con.
ass.
And grasslands, I guess. We added in grasslands.
Oh yeah, that really made a difference.
Oh, huge.
Although I had Vigor as my
Oh my god.
my hideaway.
Oh, that's a good hideaway.
Wow. Okay, everybody, here we are in game 2, just the 1v1. See how these decks fare against each other.
Indeed.
You got your 7.
I will
You're going first.
I'll go first. I gotta look at my hand to see if it can actually ramp.
Yeah.
It could. do I want to risk it again?
I'll keep mine.
I'll keep.
Okay, and you're going first.
I will begin by playing a Thriving More tapped, declaring red as my other color I will tap for.
Okay.
Pass.
A Haunted Mire tapped. Go ahead.
I will untap Upkeep Draw. I will play a Rakdos Carnarium. bouncing my Thriving Moor to my hand,
Indeed.
and I will pass.
Okay.
Good thing I didn't draw.
Right. Let's do a command tower and Nature's Lore. Search for a forest and put it onto the battlefield. Yeah, Radiant Grove is fine. Go ahead.
I will untap, upkeep, draw. I will play the Thriving Moor again, declaring red once more.
Indeed.
I will tap my Rakdos Carnarium for 1 and a black and cast Lightfoot Rogue.
All right.
A 2/1. Whenever it attacks, I roll a d20. 1 through 9, it gains Death Touch until end of turn. 10 through 19, it gets +1/+0 in Death Touch. On a natural 20, +3/+0 first strike Death Touch until end of turn.
Nice.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Draw. I will play a tapped Sunken Hollow as my land for the turn. And then I'll get out my commander for 3 mana. Go ahead.
I will untap, upkeep, draw. I will play a Geothermal Bog. Comes in tapped. And I will tap 3 for a Rakdos Cluestone. And I'll go to combat.
Yeah.
And I will attack. On attack, I will roll a d20. And it gains Death Touch.
Okay, I'll take 2.
You will take 2. Pass the turn.
All right. Whoa. You didn't see a thing.
I didn't. I wasn't looking.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and activate Codester over here. And we're going to use the red and the green to cast Dragon Fodder. So we're going to go until we get a 1 or a 0. Okay. We got Brainstorm right off the bat. All right.
Easy.
So Dragon Fodder makes 2 goblins.
Is that the same spell you cast in the first game?
Yeah. Funny, right?
Weird.
So Brainstorm, draw 3 cards, and put any 2 cards from my hand on top of my library in any order.
There you go.
We'll go like that. And then land for the turn. Gonna be a Smoldering Marsh. And then that other 3 mana is just gonna go poof, poof. Go ahead.
I will untap and draw. I'll play an Akum Refuge, gain a life. I will pay 4 mana for my commander,
Nice.
Monoxa. And I will just pass the turn.
Okay. Hinterland Harbor. Enters battlefield tapped unless I control a forest or an island. I control a couple forests. This will be goofy. Alright. 4 mana. Activate Codie. So add Wooburg. We're at 2 more for 7. We're going to exile Simian Spirit Guide from my hand for 8.
Oh wow.
And then as I cast this spell, I can tap any number of untapped creatures I control to reduce the cost by 1, so kind of convoke. So I'm going to tap my 2 tokens, so a total of 10 mana.
Jeez.
For Explosive Singularity. It deals 10 damage to any target. And I'm going to target you,
Ow.
your face. But first, Codie trigger. It's Dig Up. Great.
There you go.
Very impactful. Yeah, so 10 damage to your face.
I will go to 31.
And then I will cast Dig Up and reveal a basic land card and put it into my hand.
Cool.
And I will get I guess, and a mountain? Sure, a mountain. Go ahead.
Lovely.
A lovely mountain this time of year.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay. I will tap 1, 2. How do I want to tap this? I'll tap it like that. To cast Swashbuckler Extraordinaire. When it enters the battlefield, I make a treasure token. And whenever I attack, I may sacrifice 1 or more treasures. When I do, up to that many target creatures gain double strike until end of turn.
Nice.
Then I will also tap 2 and cast Bucknard's Everfull Purse.
Okay.
You pay 1 and tap it to roll a d4 and create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result.
Cool.
And after you do, the player to your right gains control of Bucknard's Everfull Purse.
Cool.
Which ends up being a really slow way of every 2 turns it moves around.
Right.
For people to use. I will pay 1. Tap Bucknard's Everfull Purse and roll a d4 as best I can. That's a 4.
That's a 4, baby.
I will make 4 treasure tokens going up to 5. And I will hand Bucknard's Everfull Purse tapped to the player to my right.
Indeed you will.
Because I rolled a 4, Monoxa gains first strike and menace until end of turn.
Cool.
I will go to combat. I will attack just with... I'll attack with both of them.
Yeah, you might get your...
On attack, Lightfoot Rogue trigger, I will roll a d20. That's an 18, so it gains +1/+0 and Death Touch until end of turn. Monoxa sees that I rolled a 3 or higher.
Yep.
In fact, a 5 or higher, and so...
Lifelink?
She gains lifelink in addition to everything
Nice.
else she already grabbed.
Nice.
And Swashbuckler Extraordinaire trigger, I will sacrifice 1 treasure to give Monoxa double strike.
Oh,
Until end of turn.
nice. So I'm going to take 6 from Monoxa and 3 from the Lightfoot Rogue?
Correct.
Nice.
And I will gain 6 from the
Yeah.
lifelink.
Nice. Good stuff.
And that will be my turn.
Okay.
Just in case.
Thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and play that mountain. So let's do 4 mana. Activate Codie. Add an additional blue to that. And then use everything but the white to cast Baral's Expertise, which will return 3 target artifacts and or creatures to their owner's hands, and I can cast a spell with mana cost 4 or less from my hand without paying its mana cost.
Fun.
Yeah. So, first of all, Codie trigger. So start cascading. We got Pyretic Ritual, which is add 3
There
red.
you go.
And then can I read this?
Yep.
When it enters battlefield, make a treasure. When you attack, sacrifice 1 more treasures. Okay. I am going to... Yeah. I'm going to bounce these 2 and Codie. And then I'm going to cast Codie with the second clause.
Cool.
So he's going to come back in. I believe I can do that because the first one resolves first, so...
Let me
Yeah.
read the cards in my hand.
Indeed.
I assume you were passing priority, by the way.
Yeah, you have priority now. My targets are on the stack.
I will sack 3 treasures.
Okay.
Going down to 1, And I will cast Will's Reversal.
Ooh.
Choose target spell with an or ability with one or more targets. Roll a d20 and add the greatest power among creatures you control. And I can either choose new targets for that spell, or choose new targets for that spell, then copy it, then choose new targets for the copy if I feel like.
Sure.
No responses?
Yeah, no responses.
Fun. Monoxa gains everything.
Yep.
I only rolled a 12, so I just choose new targets for your spell.
Okay. Is it changes the targets, or you make a copy of it?
I choose new targets for that spell.
Okay, cool. Nice. So I was targeting these 3, so you get to choose. You get to change those.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Did it say to their owner's hand?
Yes. So you can kill my tokens
Yes.
if you wanted to.
I will send both of your tokens to your hand and Bucknard's Everfull Purse to my hand.
Okay. I'm going to respond to that decision. And I'm going to cast Pyretic Ritual.
That's an instant?
It's an instant.
Nice.
Crazy, right?
So you have a white and 3 red?
A white and 3 red. And then I'm going to use one of that red to activate this.
Oh, true.
Might as well. It's a 2. Which is...
I can give you a treasure if you want.
No, it's fine. I'm going to use it right now, probably.
Okay.
I believe that is the exact amount that I need.
Oh, sweet. So it goes onto my battlefield
And then it's going to bounce to your hand, yeah.
before bouncing to my hand.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait. No, that's not enough. Darn. Did I math wrong? Yeah, that's okay. I guess I need 3. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So these will go to my hand. And so that changes the targets.
Yes.
But it doesn't give you a copy.
It does not. You still get
So
your...
I can still do this.
You still get your free cast from your hand.
Interesting. Okay.
Because that is not a target.
Yeah. I choose not to.
Okay.
Well, that was fascinating. Okay, so I have 3 mana that's floating now, but I don't think I can really utilize it on anything, unfortunately. Okay, that's gonna burn away. Go ahead.
Tap. Upkeep. Draw. I will tap 2 for Bucknard's Everfull Purse.
Indeed.
I will tap another 2 for an Ebony Fly.
Okay.
It taps for colorless. In fact, it comes in tapped. But I can pay for it to roll a d6 until end of turn. I may have it become an XX insect artifact creature with flying, where X is the result. And whenever it attacks another target attacking creature, gains flying until end of turn.
Okay.
I will pay 1, and I will tap Bucknard's Everfull Purse and roll a d4. A 4!
Jeez, you're good at that.
I'm very good at it, apparently. You may have a Bucknard Everfull Purse.
Thank you.
Monoxa gains First Strike and Menace until end of turn. And I will go to combat. I will attack with all 3 of them. On attack, I've got Swashbuckler and Lightfoot Rogue triggers. So I will roll a d20 for Lightfoot Rogue. 18. She now has lifelink.
Yep.
And Swashbuckler Extraordinaire. I will sacrifice 1 treasure to give Monoxa double strike.
Indeed.
So 3-1, 3-3 double strike menace, first strike, lifelink,
Yep.
and a 2-2.
That all happens. So 6 more commander damage.
and 5 normal.
Nice.
And I gain 6.
Nice.
And then I will pass the turn.
Okay. Good stuff. Draw.
It's going slightly better for me than the last time.
It is. Land for turn is going to be a swamp. We're going to go ahead and activate this guy right off the bat. 4.
Woo! That's a good def. I'm gonna start using that for D&D.
Yeah, seriously. There you go. All right. Let's do. I guess I just need that. Okay, 4 mana to activate Codie. And then I'll make Wooper. We're gonna add 3 more to that, and for 8 mana, cast Magma Opus.
Oh yeah.
So it deals 4 damage, divided as I choose. Tap 2 permanents and make a 4/4 token and draw 2 cards. But first, Codie time. Assuming, well, I guess regardless if it resolves, that happens.
Yes, Codie. We can go to the Codie.
Grisly Fate. I put 2/2/2 green bear tokens into play, but if there are, see, threshold is 7 or more cards, I think, in my graveyard, and I think 4.
You're close.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hey!
Whew. Yeah, so I get 4 bears.
The
4 bears played. Well, I guess I don't cast that yet, but they're ready.
Oh, you're going to.
Yeah. And then Magma Opus. So let's do 3 damage and 1 damage.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter what I tap, so I'm just going to say your signet and your creature.
In response,
Yeah,
I will tap my signet,
sure.
and I'll sack all my treasures for red.
Ooh, interesting.
And I will cast Faraday's Fireball.
Okay.
It will deal 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker.
Nice.
I will choose Codie.
Sure.
And then I roll a d20, and it will either do 2 damage to both of us, or just you.
Right.
D20. Oh, it was so close to an 11, and it's just, okay, we both take 2.
Both take 2? Okay. And then 5 damage to Codie?
Yep, and 4 damage spread on these
there.
guys.
Yep.
Command zone for Monoxa.
Yep. I get an elemental, and I draw 2 cards. And then I make 4 bears.
Indeed.
I have 6 Mananas. I will use 3 of it on Tyvar, Jubilant Brawler. I can activate activate abilities of creatures I control as though they had haste. +1 is to untap up to 1 target creature. -2 is to mill 3, then return a creature with mana value 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. I don't think I have any of those in here. No, I have 0 creatures in here. So I'm just going to +1 and untap my elemental. Why not?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. 1, 2. First things first, I will tap Ebony Fly to activate Bucknard's Everfull Purse. Come on, 4. That's a 1. I make 1 treasure token. And Bucknard's Everfull Purse
Thank you.
goes to you. What does this do? That does not work. I will tap 4, 5, 6, and I will recast Monoxa.
All right.
Midway Manager. I will go to combat I do not want to attack, so I will pass the turn.
Okay. Six mana for Wart the Raid Mother.
Okay.
This is a fun card. When it enters the battlefield, it creates 2 1/1 red and green Goblin Warrior tokens. I didn't grab those, so those are red and green Goblin Warriors.
Okay.
Each red or green instant or sorcery spell I cast has Conspire, which means as I cast the spell, I can tap 2 untapped creatures I control that share a color with it, and then copy the spell.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So it's only for red and green. Yeah. 3 mana. Oh, no, 5 mana for Codie, which means I probably want to do this in a different way, where I should probably put a die on him. I'm going to have 1 to activate this. I make 2.
2.
That seems a little more economical.
Indeed.
Yes, and then I pay 5 to cast Codie. And then I can't activate him because he costs 4 mana. But I'm going to use the last treasure to add red to cast Faithless Looting, and I can tap 2 creatures to copy it because it's a red or green instant or sorcery spell. So I'm going to Faithless Looting twice.
Cool.
So draw 2, discard 2, twice. Alright, we're going to discard Forest, and yeah, I don't really need Cryptolith, right? Honestly, at this point, don't really need it.
You say that now.
I know, I'm going to need it soon.
But I'm going to Armageddon you, so.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. And then we're going to discard Terminate an Island.
Okay.
Fun. And then I'm going to move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
Where I attack with these dudes. 4 bears and a elemental.
I will... You don't have ways to buff on the battlefield, do you?
I do not.
I will kill the bear token that actually looks like a bear, leaving you just those colors. No, I'm kidding. I will block a bear, though.
Okay, cool. And then take 10?
Yes, it would be
6,
10.
yes. Okay.
Going back down to 31, which is one of the only life totals I've been at all game.
Yeah, right. And then I can activate Tyvar. So I'll go up to 5 and untap the 4/4.
Lovely.
Pass turn.
I will untap. Upkeep, draw. I'll tap 1 using Rakdos Clue Stone to activate Bucknards. 4!
Jesus, you rolled a 4 every time.
No, I rolled a 1 last time.
Did you?
I did. But other than that, I've rolled 4 every time except for the time I rolled a 1.
Yeah, it's been a lot of 4s.
I will tap 4 Mananas. And I will cast Hurl Through Hell.
Oh no.
Exile target creature. Until the end of your next turn, you may cast that card, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell.
Cool.
Wart. I will exile,
You may take Wart.
and I may cast him.
Her. The Raid Mother.
Oh. Sorry, it was upside down. I can cast her using any mana until the end of my next turn.
Cool.
I will go to combat.
Uh-huh.
I will declare Monoxa as an attacker. Swashbuckler Extraordinaire trigger. I will sack a treasure to give her double strike.
Yeah.
Before blockers,
Yep.
I will pay 3 mana And I will cast Berserker's Frenzy.
Okay.
Cast the spell only before combat or during combat before blockers are declared.
Okay.
Roll 2 d20s and ignore the lower roll. I didn't even see that bit.
Oh shit.
On a 1 through 14, I choose any number of creatures. They block this turn if able.
Okay.
On a 15 to 20, I choose which creatures block this turn and how they block.
Okay.
So roll 2 d20s, ignore the lower. We've got a 14, which is just lower than I want it to be, and a 6.
Okay.
Okay, so I rolled a 14, so she gains everything.
Yep.
Lifelink, Menace, and First Strike, on top of her double strike she already has. And I can choose any number of creatures. They block this turn if able. I will choose Codie.
He is not able to block.
He can't block?
Well, okay. If Abel's kind of interesting because...
Oh yeah, because she has Menace.
I can choose to not block with the other one.
I will... Yeah, that's true. I will pick the Elemental and Codie.
I figured. Yeah.
That's an interesting interaction.
Yeah, it's a fun way to get around that.
Okay. This is less fun because she has Menace.
Yeah, ironically. Is it a may or is it a must? Yeah, she just gains it. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't actually get to pick how they block. Only that they block. You still get to determine how they block. Oh no, I get to determine damage, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
I will put Codie first.
Yep.
I will deal 4 to Codie.
Yep.
And then 2 to the Elemental. And then I will die.
Yep.
To the Elemental's damage.
Yep.
I will gain 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose that will be my turn.
Fun.
Probably could have done something better had I used different mana this turn. But stuff happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Does this wart the Raid Mother, the tap ability, do they have to be not summoning sick in order to tap for that?
Nope. Doesn't matter.
Wonderful.
All right. We're gonna tap this bad boy.
Yeah.
Get a 4. It's a 1.
Hey.
Damn. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
I broke even. Six mananas. For Cosmic Epiphany, draw cards equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard.
That seems good.
It's quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'll be drawing 11 cards. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sweet. I wonder if I'll have to discard at end of turn.
Probably.
Survey says.
You have 2 mana. Unless you got a lot of Convoke in there.
Well, I haven't played a land for turn, so I'll
You
play it
got
out.
3 mana.
Got 3 mana. Alright, I'll use 2 of it to Farseek. So search my library for basically a card with a basic land type that isn't forest. Put it into play tapped. How about a Prairie Stream?
Sounds good.
Alright, and then we're gonna move to combat. And yeah, sure. We'll go like this.
10 damage coming at me?
10 damage coming at you.
No. No blocks.
Okay. I'm gonna +1 Tyvar to untap this dude. And then I'm gonna move to my end step where I discard a buttload of cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. So I am discarding Sylvan Scrying, Force of Rage, Highland Forest, Crop Rotation, and Crackling Doom.
Alright.
Pass the turn.
I will untap. I will upkeep and draw, actually.
Sure.
Cool. I just realized I haven't played a land in a while. I'll play Rogue's Passage.
Nice.
I will tap Ebony Fly.
Yep.
To activate Bucknard. A 1. I will make 1 treasure. And then transfer ownership.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. What was that? 6 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will cast Wart, the Raid Mother.
Nice.
When it enters the battlefield, I get 2 1/1 red-green Goblin Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a couple goblins.
There you go. That'll work.
Let's use these guys. Except we'll have to pretend they're green.
Yes. I don't think that will matter because you're not going to be casting any green spells.
That's true. I mean, you would think, but I already did.
It could happen again.
You never know. And, you know what? I will tap with my treasures the remaining 4 mana. And I will cast an Iron Mastiff.
Okay.
When it attacks, I roll a d20. For each player being attacked, and ignore all but the highest. On a 1 through a 9, I take 4 damage.
Right.
On a 19 to 20, you take 4 damage. On a 20, each opponent takes 4 damage. So you take 4 damage.
Got it.
And I will go ahead and pass the turn.
All right. Untippity tap. Draw. So Codie costs 5. There's 4 to activate him. Cool. That'll work.
You cost 5?
Or no, sorry, 7. My bad. I knew that.
You can make me kill him again.
Alright, 7 and 4 to activate.
Well, you got Bucknard. You'll be fine.
Yeah, so if I Bucknard and get 1, I'll still be at 4. So that's fine. Yeah, I might as well.
Yeah, you never know.
It's a 4!
I didn't see it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So yes, we're doing Codie again. For 7 mana. And thanks to Tyvar, we can activate him immediately. So we're gonna do 2 and 2. And tap. Activate the Chodester. Adding a Wooburg. And we are gonna go ahead and use the blue. Yeah, use the blue. Cast Opt. You know what that means, right?
Oh no! Unfortunately, I do.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Whatever 0 mana spell will be fine. Man, I hope it's near the top.
As long as it's not from War of the Spark, I'll be happy.
What?
I don't know. Is it from War of the Spark?
No, it's from Modern Horizons or some shit.
Oh, okay. As long as it's not a red spell. Imagine copying it, though.
Yeah, right.
Oh, was that a Dreadfeast demon?
That's one of my win conditions I added.
Oh, no. Dream Devourer.
Oh my god.
Apparently, it's very low.
Yeah, it's quite near the bottom.
Check the bottom of the deck just to be safe. Because you're shuffling. Oh, no, you're not going to shuffle.
Yeah,
it, are you?
I'm not technically I will shuffle.
Oh, my god. Okay, how close?
Jeez. I accidentally took it out of the deck.
Was it sudden?
I forget what it's called now.
Oh, yeah, you took it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, my god.
There it is.
Glimpse of Tomorrow. How many left in the deck?
6.
6.
I'm pretty sure I scried some stuff too. Alright, so I put these in the bottom of my library in a random order.
All right, so shuffle the bottom of your library.
Wow, it did matter what
Apparently,
right at the
yeah.
beginning of the game. Amazing.
Impressive.
Indeed. Alright, so until the end of the turn, I can cast that without paying its Yala cost.
Lovely.
Okay, and then Opt resolves. Scry 1, draw a card. I'm gonna bottom. Okay. I have 4 mana left. What is the highest mana cost of artifacts you control? Is it 4?
3.
4?
Oh, yes.
Cool.
He is an artifact.
Cool. So we are going to do a land for turn. Haven't played one of those yet.
I'll allow it.
Thank you, thank you. And go down 1 treasure for green, and then tap this. For artifact mutation, destroy target artifact. It can't be regenerated. Create X Saproling tokens, where X is that artifact's converted mana cost, targeting the Mastiff.
Okay. No response.
All right. 4 Saprolingios.
Destroyed.
Yeah, don't you even try to regenerate it. Okay, with the remaining 3 mana, I'm going to cast Eerie Interlude, flickering Codie until end of turn.
Nice.
And then I'm going to cast a Glimpse of Tomorrow. So I shuffle all permanents I own.
No! Damn it! I was so close. I almost got to copy something.
Shuffle all permanents you own into your library, then reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Oh, we played that wrong last time.
Did we?
Yeah, I revealed until I hit that many permanents, but it's reveal that many cards.
Oh.
So it's not quite as strong as I thought.
Still good.
Still good. So shuffle all permanents you own into your library, then reveal that many cards from the top of your library, or put all non-aura permanent cards revealed this way on the battlefield and do the same for aura cards, whatever. Okay, so this might actually hurt now that I read the card and explain the card.
May I?
Yeah.
I'm curious how this works.
Hopefully not badly.
Shuffle all permanents you own and reveal that many cards. Do you... When you try to shuffle in tokens...
They count, but
They do count?
They do count.
Even though they technically... Like, they make the act of being shuffled in, but they don't actually get shuffled in?
Yeah, it's like if you Chaos Warp a commander, you put them in the command zone, but you still shuffle and reveal. It doesn't like fizzle the Chaos Warp or anything.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah, it's weird. All right, so we have...
All right, permanents.
1, 2... Yeah, I have 3 treasures.
Oh, damn.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so I'll shuffle these in and I will reveal 26 cards from the top of my library.
And you get all permanents into play?
All permanents from those 26. And hopefully this doesn't fuck me. It's silly.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
For me, not for you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Damn, I really wanted to copy a spell
Sorry.
with my goblins.
Alright, would you like to shuffle or cut?
Oh, God. There you go.
Is that the top?
That's the top.
Alright, 26 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh, no.
6,
Fuck.
7, 8, 9, 10,
Oh,
11, 12,
okay, only one land so far.
13,
Damn it.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. That was a lot more permanents than I expected.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So these... Put the rest of the bottom in a random order. Alright.
Okay. So you have a Dreadfeast Demon.
I do. Okay, so 2 of those are going to come into play. And I can pay Wooper for spells I cast, which is fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can make 1/1s, which you sacked Dreadfeast Demon.
That's the idea.
To make Dreadfeast Demons.
That is the idea. Wow, I actually don't have any white mana from among this, so I actually can't do Jonas.
Oh!
That's actually really funny.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. That's okay, we still have enough.
I mean, Codie taps for Wooper, so...
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For Volcanic Vision, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, and it deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to each creature your opponents control.
Oh.
Exile Volcanic Vision. I have no...
That's good.
Yeah, it's...
I guess you have a cast trigger as
I
well.
do. And I guess I just got back Explosive Singularity so I can do shit.
Oh, yeah.
Deal 10 to you.
That's a good one.
Yes, so I make a elemental, and then all your dudes take 10 damage.
They will
Which is
die.
a little overkill.
For my 2/2 and my 2/1/1s.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Cool. That's fun. And then I will move to my end step, where I have to sacrifice a non-demon creature, and then I can make a token of Dreadfeast Demon. I'm going to sacrifice Elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Make another Dreadfeast Demon. And then Codie comes back into play.
Indeed.
Untapped. Okay, cool. Go ahead. Wasn't that fun?
Okay, let's see if I can survive. You see, a copy of a removal spell would be really fun. Man, this is tough. Because I can kill a Dreadfeast Demon.
Can you kill 2 Dreadfeast Demons?
But if I don't kill 2 of them, I just have to kill 2 of them next turn.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll play my land for turn. Let's see. I'll tap 1 for Bucknard's Everfull Purse. 4.
Classic.
Classic Chase. Make 4 treasures. My commander costs 8. 4, 5, 6. Well, that's the question then. If it costs 8, do I even want to bother casting them?
By the way, doing the math, I can deal 10 damage to you with that spell. So you're effectively at 17 life.
Yeah.
So you can do the math of the creatures I have on board. Because this is a lot of flying.
Yeah. That's
16, in fact.
Indeed. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Black, black, red. I will bedevil your Dreadfeast Demon.
The token?
The token.
Okay.
Just for ease of your board state.
Fair enough.
Because it probably won't matter anyway.
No.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Land for turn. It's going to be in a Darkar Wastes. Or Artikar.
Darkar. Darkar.
Yeah, exactly. It's a seal. Finally have some white mana. I'm going to move to combat.
You would.
10 in the air.
Before blockers,
Okay. You got it, boss.
I will pay 4. I'll roll a d6
Is that with the fly?
with Ebony Fly.
Okay.
If I roll a 6, I can block your Dread Feast.
Oh my god.
And kill it.
Oh my god.
Anything less than a 6 on the d6, and I'm basically dead.
Yep.
It's a 2.
Damn.
Here's a 2/2 in the air.
That does block it.
Go to blocks.
Yep.
I will block it
Sure. Take 4.
and take 4. And it will die. Come on, man. We're making a YouTube video. You couldn't be a 6.
Alright. Okay.
Actually, it depends what I top deck. I could top deck a board wipe. You don't know. It's a lot of mana.
Casting my 10 drop.
Oh no!
Alright, 10 mana. For explosive
I
singularity.
was gonna say you could spend Wooburg.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You don't have to spend 10.
Yeah, what am I doing?
As long you got white now.
Yeah, what am I doing? Yeah, so white, I do have to take the damage for that. Blue, black, green, red.
Or you could have used a Darkar Waste to use Bognard
That's true too.
and not take a damage.
That's fine.
It's all good.
Yeah. Alright.
I can do exactly 15 to you next turn, so this is
Yep.
perfect. So Wooburg for
Yes.
Explosive Singularity.
And I am going to use on Hello's ability.
Oh,
And I'm going to sacrifice Young Pyromancer. So this is going to be 20 damage coming at your face.
I cannot do anything about it. Question, would the elemental be there? Because it's an additional cost to cast the spell, correct? What is the wording?
As you cast this spell, sacrifice a creature.
Oh, so it is cast.
So I think this still goes on the stack.
It would.
Yeah,
You're right.
So, but this comes in after
Correct.
that. So yeah.
I will take 20 to the face.
Okay. Excellent. And
If only you'd attacked with...
I know, right?
well, I guess...
I thought about attacking with my other stuff.
was the young
but
Pyromancer something sick? No.
no.
Damn.
I could have. That's fine.
You gave me one last turn.
I did. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yep, that's right. I'm not going to use Bognard.
What? Come on! I need mana. No, I don't need mana. I will top deck for turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not going to count my mana. 1. Barbarian class.
Oh, jeez.
I will pay 2 mana to upgrade it to give +2/+0 and Monoxa.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll do...
Yeah, sorry, a second token to get a Dread Feast even at the end of turn.
True.
Forgot about that.
That's awful. Upgrade 3. My creatures have haste. She costs 8. I have 5. Good game.
I was at 15. You almost had me.
I had Rogue's Passage. I had ways to give her flying. I just couldn't
Yeah.
keep her out long enough.
Yep. I got lucky with the Glimpse of Tomorrow getting my best creatures.
Yeah.
Dread Feast on Hello is crazy.
And I spent an entire turn grabbing your wart,
Yeah.
only to immediately lose it.
I couldn't remember if that was the wording on Glimpse of Tomorrow, but when I saw it, I was so happy that it was.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Unfortunate. GG. Those decks were pretty well matched. Very different though.
Very different. Yeah, that was a good game. Very competitive.
Yeah, I'm glad we did this challenge. Thank you for giving me a broken commander.
Apparently,
Yours is very fair and fun and kind of goofy.
very goofy. I'm pleased with mine.
Yeah, no, I think it was a cool deck, even though it was obviously a weird matchup. Maybe the power level, the availability of the absurd cards I had, and like just the amount of value I get, because every time I get an extra spell every turn. Like,
We could really use Grixis for dice rolling, because black has some good dice rolling cards, but there's not a lot of them.
exactly.
Red and blue have the majority of the good ones,
They do.
and a lot of them. I was surprised how much availability there was for Rakdos. I kept finding more cards to add
Yeah.
after the fact. Oh, well, I didn't include this originally, but this is pretty good. Mm-hmm. A lot of it was removal too.
Right. Exactly.
The funniest thing, which is actually a comment that I left in my audio.
Okay.
I was going through the removal section for six-sided die,
Yeah.
and as I'm recording, I'm talking about removal. Like, oh yeah, dice rolling removal, six-sided die. Oh wait, it's a fucking pun.
Yeah.
Because it's killing something, six-sided die. I felt so stupid for not having noticed that beforehand. But
goofy.
It's just an amazing fun card.
Yeah. Like, it's not bad. Mostly it's just goofy.
No, it's almost exactly on mana curve.
Yeah.
It's just there's a random aspect to it that makes it a little weird.
Exactly. Well, thank you for the games, friend. It's fun.
Same.
Should be a fun video.